show you what's on the engine. Okay, so this is my engine bay. It's there's a sump. I just cleaned that out. This is the one I painted previously, and I painted the one in the back underneath the. It was under the gearbox. It's also got a greased stern gland, which I like. It's really simple, works very effectively. But that is where I've got problems. It's a bit hard to see, so I'll turn the light on. So a couple of little spots in there. On the left is some corrosion. It's not very deep, it's only 1 millimetre deep. But now is the time to clean it up. Progressing along. We're, me, solo man again. Yes, that's the problem. Being on a boat, working by yourself, doing most of the work. In fact, that's every bloke's problem. Mostly, everybody fucks off when you're doing boat maintenance. It takes a special kind to turn up for boat maintenance. But generally, that's not the wife, the kids, or your mates who like drinking piss on your boat. It's just you. Think of it as therapy. That's what I do. Anyway, moving on. That's my little task for today. I've been cleaning the bilge out in preparation for the new motor. So I've cleaned it all up. I've ground it all out, all the aluminium corrosion that I had, and I've been using this Belzona 1111. It's an aluminium epoxy putty. So that's the grey substance down there. Good shit. Works very, very well. It's probably the best thing on the market, and I've used it on little bits and pieces on the outside of the boat. I've had very little corrosion on the inside of the boat, so and what I've got there is minimal. I get it now, I sort it out, and then I'm going to prime that area, maybe tonight if that epoxy dries off. Need to give it a light sand first, and then I'll prime it. And then I'm going to paint it with white 2-pack epoxy. So that will give me a nice clean surface to work with. So previously, let me show you. I have painted down underneath the engine. That's my deep sump. It was about 2 years ago I painted in there, and it's not a perfect paint job because it had like big lengths of rubber that were hanging in the way, and the engine was still there, so it was an absolute shit job to do. But I wanted to paint it and make it clean so I could see what was going on. Prior to that I just couldn't work out what was filthy or oily or whatever, so I painted it. It does make it easier. So I'm going to paint everything white, which I find is easy to deal with in an engine area. I can just see what's going on. And on the sides, these areas here, I had rubber glued on the sides. I'm going to glue sound insulation in there, and it may stop some of the reverberation through the boat. I don't know if it will, but why not? I've got it out at the moment, so I can do that. So I've primed the engine area, just waiting for it to dry off, and then I'll give it a top coat of epoxy. I've got some engine insulation in there. Engine may arrive tomorrow, and then we've just got to go and get the engine in, sort out the beds, and then I can sort out all the other aspects of the engine. So I need to rebuild the box, and then I'll insulate it. So it wasn't very well insulated. It had some rubber in there, but it wasn't very well insulated. So I'm going to put more soundproofing in, and that should help with the noise. It wasn't overly noisy, but it can be better. But I didn't film it going in because I just didn't have time. and I was helping one of the yard guys, yard mechanics, get the engine in, which is definitely a two-man job. So let me show you my new engine. Bought the engine second hand. It's done 212 hours, and I bought the gearbox brand new. So overall, saved myself probably around $17,000, I think. Took a little bit longer to obviously get all that done, but yeah, that's where we're at the moment. So I've been doing lots of work on the boat. I haven't been filming a lot, just you know, there's lots of stuff going on the ceiling, rewiring, chasing leaks. There's a few leaks that I had, which I've now fixed, partially because it's been wet. It's been raining here in Whangarei, and the boat started leaking, so I had leaks. I thought I had a couple of leaks in one other spot, and then it turned into a different spot. And yeah, so fixed 3 leaks. I don't think I've got any more. Oh, no, I do have. I have one more over the main table. I haven't been able to find that yet, and it's not on my list of priorities. So yeah, that's the leak saga sorted. Back to the engine. So had to do a bit of excavation. Had to chop all this section out here, which chop some wall out, because the old engine was longer than the new engine. This new engine's going to slide further back, so I can, in the future, I can get access to, you know, the air filter and any injectors, anything like that. So yeah, had to make some adjustments. So yeah, chopped all that out through there, but yeah, it makes it easier. Just need to rebuild that whole section now, which has added another couple of days work. That's all you seem to do with boats, is you fix one problem, start a new one. But hey, that's boats. So yeah, at the moment I'm grinding these old mounts out, and yeah, it's a bit of a shitty job, but it's better if I do the shitty jobs than pay someone in the yard to do the shitty jobs. They're probably getting charged out $150 an hour, and I'm here anyway. I might as well do the shit jobs. So yeah, down there, getting stuck into that, and then one of the other jobs is over there, is the electrical panel. That's the old electrical panel, probably dates back 50 years. So ripping all that out and putting a new electrical panel in, new wiring loom, which is all pretty cool. But yeah, first I've got to get rid of that shit fight and work out what I need to recover and keep, and what I need to get rid of. So yeah, it's like spaghetti nightmare. Well, this morning we're back to welding. Yesterday we tried to do the plates. I tried to use the TIG, but it was too hot for the location, and it was just melting things. So today they're using the MIG, I believe. And let me show you what we're up to. We're nearly there. Nearly got the engine sorted, but the plates are the thing that's stopping us. Should have just bolted them in. Would have been easier. But anyway, let me show you what I'm doing. Alright, so I've got a plate on this side and a plate on that side, and that raises the engine up another 12 mil. Gives a bit more for the mounts. It also allows us to move the engine to the port side slightly, because the prop is slightly offset. This engine is also slightly smaller than the previous engine, and the other thing is, I've got an oil filter down there, so if I don't have enough room, I can't get the oil filter out without remoting it to the front, which would have been a bloody good idea, Yanmar. But yeah, and there's some of the problems I face. So at the moment, where it's going to be located, I've got plenty of room to get that filter off, even though it's still a difficult location. And the mounts are just getting welded to the solid superstructure, which is the old aluminium bedding for the engine. And yeah, they should last 1,000 years. They're going to be definitely solid. Yeah, concerns? Well, I had some insulation down here in the engine to stop it reverberating. That got melted yesterday. We moved that out of the way. We've got leather blankets in today. This timber panel, which is a pain in the arse to remove, means ripping out the whole battery box. I've been soaking that during the night, and then I've dried all the aluminium, so using a heat gun. So that shouldn't affect the welds now. It's all been dried out for the last half an hour, and it's warm here today, so that didn't help. It's pretty warm in the boat now. But yeah, we're definitely getting closer and closer. You know, once the mounts are done, we can then drill some holes. We can locate it, sort the alignment. Once the alignment's done, join to the prop shaft. We can then just we can get everything done. We can basically connect all the cables and the water, the exhaust, all the little things. All that's just sitting here waiting to go. And then hopefully we can just turn it over.
Can you go 180?
Yep.
Cramp. It doesn't help. I've got a little one on the front, that other end. Let's see if we get a better one here. Set stuff up. Guys.
Well, we have the mounts welded in now, so I'm pretty excited. We're getting closer. It's taken a little while to get to this point, but I'm pretty damn happy. So let me show you. There we go. So this is the mount that needs to be extended, and that's like a little pocket weld in there just to give it more rigidity. I was a bit nervous about all that timber, but you managed to get around it and weld it all together. This side was a lot easier, just a couple of mounts just to bring up the height a little bit. And yeah, it's all coming together. But well, another day in boat life on the hard. So where are we at? It's a new week, and we've just got the engine mounts all bolted in. Engine's aligned, everything's tucked up, so now it's a matter of putting it all back together. So let me give you a look. Yeah, got new engine mounts front and rear, and they're welded in on Friday. We got the holes drilled just before. We got all the alignment. So now I'm just going to work on the Morse cables for the gearbox and accelerator, the electrical for the motor, which is really just the positive, the ground or earth, and my alternator, which I'll probably change yet because I'm probably going to go to a modified alternator. And where else are we? Yeah, exhaust. That's the other thing I'm playing around with. So yeah, I've got a muffler down in this box in here. So I just need to run some new hose, some new elbows to make that work. But it's slowly coming together. Slowly coming together. Yeah, getting there. Almost. So yeah, I'll be running fuel lines and hoses and sort all that out, and then yeah, maybe by the end of the day. No, it won't be by the end of the day. Maybe tomorrow or the next day I might be able to start it and give it a run up, and being where I am at the boatyard, there's a major construction going on next door, so I've got this bloody excavator working non-stop, which means I'm also covered in dust, but well, the boat's covered in dust more so than me. One other thing I will do is I'll put some insulation in places as I'm rebuilding the engine. I've got a heap of insulation just to try and stop some of the reverberation through the aluminium. That's what I've been doing the last couple of days. And some outside boat jobs. I just did a aluminium bowsprit. So I've got a new 1.5 metre long carbon bowsprit, which is going to be retractable, and that has got a heavy aluminium collar, which I'm mounting to the bow. So that'll give me something to put the spinnakers slash Jenica on, and maybe a code 0 in the future. What I think I'm probably going to do is get a code 0. Breakfast, of course, over here. God knows what's on those cutting boards. Don't want to know. All good stuff for you. And at some stage, I want to start emptying this shit fight. Let's start putting some of the engine bay back together, but I don't want to do too much of it in case I have to pull it apart again. I haven't even started the engine yet. So yeah, it's a fucking shit fight is the best way to explain it. It's a little bit frustrating. What can I say? Got to keep plodding away, keep working, and eventually I will have success. So, yes, sausages, bacon, mushrooms. In a moment, I'm going to have some eggs. Got the eggs over here. Yeah, got to start your day with a decent brekkie. That's what I try and do every day. What are we, about 3 months into the haul out? Replaced the engine, did a lot of internal work, and now I'm in the process of new winches, new self-tailing winches for the boat. So the old winches came off, and I'm keeping the base, putting the winches on top, and I'm just going to put a facade around the bottom. But yeah, I've tapped one hole, so I'm just seeing if it's suitable. Okay, so one down. Just need to drill the hole slightly bigger because the tap's a bit too tight. Cutting compound, so I'm just using some grease. And last time I did this was at the top of the mast, which wasn't pretty, and the time before that, I think I was in 10th grade at school. So it's been a while since I've done any tap and dye, so handy to have. It's a cheap kit, but can't say that I'm going to make it look pretty. As long as they hold, they do their job. Alright, Voila! Alright, so I'm going to put a barrier coat underneath this winch, and then I'm going to put some silicone in the actual holes, hold the screws in. And that will be that glued down. There we go. There we go, one winch. All I got to do is rinse and repeat on the other side, and put a shield around here. But yeah, I'm happy with it. It's definitely a few hours in each one. Well, it's taken a little while, probably about 4 months in, I think, since I come ashore. Crawled up the Whangarei River with no motor, pushed along with the dinghy, and yeah, we had a head gasket, blind head gasket on the motor. Well, we've since changed the motor. We've now got a Yanmar 54 horsepower in the boat, and yeah, let me show you around. So that is the same engine box, but that's my motor. Like half the decibels, which is ridiculously quiet. There's my new gauges, and yeah, we're slowly creeping up. I'm just running the engine. I want to run it for an hour before I have to put back into the water at some stage in the near future. Just want to run it for a little while and see how it goes. But at this stage, this is a ridiculously better solution than what I had. So yeah, it's nice and quiet, it's just idling. But I put a lot more insulation into the engine box. So we've insulated the shit out of it. And pretty much renewed everything inside the engine box. New engine, new gearbox, new insulation, new wiring, new engine beds. Yeah. So yeah, there you are. That's Tintin's new donk. We'll let it run for another 45 minutes. I'm going to shut it down, and I think I'm pretty much done. I'm getting closer and closer to going in the water. Today I've been running around doing all the little shitty jobs, varnishing and painting and just finalising stuff. I've been throwing a heap of stuff off the boat that I no longer require. Well, I've never required maybe. So yeah, all the old spares for the old engine are gone. I'll be gifting away. Yep. Lots of old ropes, lots of old stuff. It's just getting tossed in the bin. Don't have room for it. Don't want it. It's weighing me down. new, lighter, faster Tintin. Alright, see you next time.